So, who ruined Christmas morning and how did they do it? The first post is by Ivy Means. I drove 12 hours to get home to my dad's house, staying 5 days because he guilt trips me for never staying more than 2 nights. I'm divorced with grown kids. They were coming later, so it's just me and him for the first 3 days. On my first day here, he tells me at noon that he's leaving at 1:30 because he has plans with his lady friend. He invites me to dinner at her house, but tells me he's spending the night there. I decline the dinner and plan to have a solo day in my hometown. Annoyed that he's ditching me, but whatever. I spend my day running errands, come back to his place early, order my favourite local takeout, wrap presents and fall asleep on the couch. This mother. At 5:30 AM, he feels like something isn't right, and he checks his home thermostat app on his phone. He sees the temperature at an egregious 71 degrees. Knowing he set it to 68 degrees, he's sure that I've fallen asleep upstairs, left the gas logs on, and the house is about to burn down with me in it. So he does what any 72-year-old would do with a 45-year-old son staying at his place. The man comes home and jerks me out of my sleep on the couch and rips me a new I'm talking veins in the neck bulging, spittle flying while he's yelling type of new For 3 degrees? He then spends 5 hours questioning me on everything about my career, personal life, mental health, etc. Truly riding my ass. So yeah, probably the last Christmas I ever come home. I've heard of people being touchy about a thermostat, but that is ridiculous. 5:30 at Christmas for a guest who's your son? If he wants to continue having a family, he needs to relax a bit. In the comments, Epic Failure says, I would go home. Kids can visit him alone, but most likely they'd be more than glad to cancel their plans to visit him too. He deserves to be alone. Let him explain to his lady friend why his family decided they want nothing to do with him. Then OP adds a response to this. I almost did, but there would have been a lot of other impacted family members. For one, my sons came here yesterday. Being that I'm over 9 hours from home, it wasn't feasible for me to just get up and leave. Plus, I only see my siblings once a year at best. His lady friend knows he's an We even exchanged a few comments the other night after dinner about how hard-headed he is. She's actually a gem though. I don't know how she stands him. Hopefully, she can explain to him next Christmas why I'm not there. The next post is by Not a Weeb. Not my Christmas ruined, but my friend's. Her parents left home to stay in Florida. They were supposed to come back for Thanksgiving, but they didn't come back. Her parents were then supposed to come back yesterday, Christmas Eve, to spend time with their kids, and they didn't. Her parents left her, 17, her sister, an adult but legally blind, and her grandmother, who literally had a stroke and is in the hospital, alone. No financial support, the only person bringing in money is her. She couldn't even celebrate Christmas with her family, just her sister. For the past few nights, my family has invited her to dinner to help out. I feel so bad for her. No teenage girl should have to go through such stressful events without the support of her parents during Christmas. It is a terrible situation, but she's very lucky to have a friend like you. There are a lot of conflicting opinions on this in the comments. Tell your friend to call the police and CPS. She's still a minor and they abandoned her. Blind sister should be getting disability payments. I wonder if the parents are using her funds. And the perspective I hadn't considered, has anyone heard from them this whole time? Are they missing or anything? Listeners, let me know what you think in the comments. The next post is by Not Highly Regarded. My mother. She screamed at my dad like a banshee at about 6 AM. All my dad did was put water in the coffee maker. When you put water in, it immediately starts brewing. I guess that was too early in the morning to start the coffee? I'm not exactly sure what her beef was. For context, for the first time in several years, my entire immediate family were all under one roof for an extended period of time. We were staying at my grandmother's house for the holidays. My mother has always been prone to fits of rage. Growing up, she exploded often. I haven't been around it in 9 years, neither have my brothers, but we got a good ugly reminder of her behaviour yesterday morning. My dad doesn't believe in divorce. He works nights to avoid her. They pass like ships in the night. They have separate bedrooms and separate lives. My dad's uncle just passed away. That's why we all came together. We typically don't celebrate Christmas together. So I overpaid to fly home today, and I opted out of a Christmas dinner to do so. I left 2 days before everyone else. I just can't do it. It's as if she's possessed by a demon. The saddest part is that it sounds like your mum will never realise how lucky she is to find someone who will absorb the abuse and just accept and tolerate her. Your dad deserves a medal. The next post is by Junior Weeks. My 80-year-old uncle ruined Christmas Eve and we had to cancel Christmas with my family. He got lost while hunting, but not terribly far from the road. He heard my brother-in-law and my grandfather searching for him, but was embarrassed, so waited to come out at sunrise after everyone went home after hours of searching. My 80-year-old grandfather, my uncle's brother, had open heart surgery this year and is going through radiation for cancer, and he couldn't sleep all night thinking about his brother dying in the woods. My grandfather and other older family members ended up feeling so bad from stress that we just had to cancel. A lot of people in the comments suggest that the uncle should be tested for dementia, and OP gives a response. Appreciate the input and concern. Unfortunately, he is a prideful person, and I'm not terribly close with him, so there's slim chance we'd convince him to get evaluated for dementia. That is some serious pride, but I'm glad that everyone found out what really happened in the woods. The next post is by Forrest. My grandparents told everyone how they get one person something really nice each year and that it was finally my turn. They gave me the really nice big green egg and patio desk that I was saving for. Then, after they looked real nice to everyone and everyone else was gone, they told me it was actually a loan and I would need to pay them to keep it. I told them to f*** off. Can someone remind me how the song goes? Which day of Christmas was a couple £1,000 of debt? The next post is by Big Dreams. I ruined Christmas. I went to my partner's Christmas gathering for the first time. I'm an immigrant with a very different cultural background, but they were all very friendly and welcoming. They suggested playing bingo, but with no money. Sounded good to me. Then the family matriarch wanted in and wanted everyone to do 50 cents a card. Okay, whatever. I didn't want to play with money, but I was too awkward to say no. I did good and bad. I started with $10, but before the final card, I hit about $5. All good. Then they wanted us to do a full blackout game with $2 a card. I was trying to be polite and only play one card, but the patriarch was sitting next to me and told me to do 2 cards. I did 2 cards. I was 1 spot from winning and he picked up my card and cleared off my markers. Awkward as hell. Then they called my last spot and I won the whole prize. About $60. Very clearly some sore losers, and it was super awkward for the rest of Christmas. I don't think it sounds like you were the one that ruined Christmas there. There's always 1 or 2 people that have to control everything. Kindly Article leaves a similar story in the comments. A cousin brought her new boyfriend to Christmas dinner. After dinner, a large number of the uncles and cousins would play various poker games for a nickel ante, with raises limited to a quarter each. Just a good fun game. The boyfriend asks if someone can give him change for $5 and he gets in the game. At the end of the night, there's a pot that's getting pretty big. My grandfather thought he had a hand that couldn't be beat, and he bet the pot. He ended up losing and had to add in double of what was already in there. Next round, cousin's new boyfriend won the $20 pot, the biggest in family history. The boyfriend is looking sheepish and awkward when my grandfather gives him a look that would wither any young 20-something and yells, "That's it, Kay, you gotta marry this one, cause it's going to take me about 15 more Christmases to win my money back from him." She did, and Grandpa did, and her and the boyfriend are still happily married today. The next post is by Not Funny. My 2-year-old. When I got him up this morning, he kept saying, "A mess, a mess." I thought he meant his toy tractor, which had something stuck to the wheels. While cleaning it, I couldn't figure out what it was, and then I thought to check his room. He had thrown up everywhere. On his bed, blankets, pillows, playmat, rocking chair, etc. I woke up my husband and we started cleaning it. However, partway through, it got to me and I started throwing up. I'm 3 months pregnant, so I can't handle stuff like that. My husband had to start cleaning alone and shampooing the chair and mattress. Not how we imagined starting Christmas. And the final post today is by Scratch Apple Pie. My 8-year-old daughter gave me a little book with fill-in-the-blank prompts about how much she loves her dad and all the things I mean to her. She'd been saying all week she got me a present that was going to make me cry, and it did. Our cat promptly threw up all over the book about 2 minutes after I'd gone through it and set it on the couch next to me. He was sitting on the back of the couch and was able to get the couch cushion, a new blanket, my wife's iPhone, and this wonderful gift from my daughter all in one go. Luckily, the book was salvaged, but Christmas definitely went on pause. My daughter was crying hard, but I taught her the lesson that sometimes things are so absurd you just have to laugh. And one more little extra one for the few that have made it this far. Dog farted in my face, but that isn't really out of character for him. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to leave a comment if there's any Christmas story that you want to share, and have a very Merry Christmas.